Hey y'all. So I thought I'd wrap up with where I left off last time with the haunting stuff. As of right now, there's not a lot of weird stuff happening. I did have one more day that stuff was kind of weird, and the primary thing was just that a couple different times on one particular morning, my dog was barking at a corner of my room, and she never does that. That's not a thing that she does. She doesn't like it if people are outside or whatever. But it's not like she wasn't barking at a door where somebody was. There wasn't strange noises happening from that area. She was barking at that area, and she did this twice. She barked at that area and then came over to me, like in her little guarding me spot. So one of those times she's just at my legs where she sits when she doesn't want me to pet her, but she wants to kind of guard me. And then the second time she came over by me where she could see that spot, and she'd sit and let me pet her, and she's being goofy, whatever, and then she would stop being goofy, she would close her mouth, look at the corner of the room that she had been barking at, and just like stare at it, and her ears would go back. And she'd do that for a moment, like half a minute, and then she'd relax again and look at me and let me pet her, whatever. And then a couple more times she did that, just like look, ears back, mouth closed, and back to me, and then finally went back to that little spot by my feet where she just like kind of guards me. So that was weird, but nothing since that day. So let's and I did get some lovely advice from some people, so I want to say thank you, and I won't shout you out specifically for reasons that you know. But I definitely appreciate advice that came my way for that. So I wanted to delve into, well, what about acting stuff? Because I have brought up that I'm doing class and I have auditions that are happening, and I feel really fortunate, y'all. Like, I'm getting a decent amount of auditions right now still. There are certain projects coming up that I have been offered roles for, and it's just a matter of finalizing the projects, as well as me trying to put out certain things for myself and see if I can get some filming done for things that I'm kind of passionate about. So that would be really nice. It would be so nice if I could start getting some footage of all times now. But one of the things that's been going on that's kind of in my class, we have guests, and they'll come, and maybe they're agents or managers or casting people, and it's fun reading for them. And especially if you have an audition, I got to read material that I was auditioning. So I went in, and especially lately I've had some issues with sleep, and so sometimes things happen with me, especially, I work at night, my schedule changes around. I'll come in and I'm exhausted. And if you've been with me for a while, you maybe remember from Amazon, I can be up for like 36 hours at this point, and like maybe I'm off, but I'm cheerful. Like, unless you're trying to ask me kind of complicated questions or I'm having trouble with my words, there's no reason to know I'm tired, because, all right, like, I'm in this. I'm not a tired person. So that's kind of been the challenge. Go in, act not tired, be cheery self. And one of the characters that I was auditioning for, I was getting feedback. They were directing me a bit, and she was very tired. She was somebody who's exhausted. And I talked to this person about it, and they said, well, that's not reading. Like, in your second take of it, give me more of that, the tired. And it was just kind of an interesting thing to go, oh yeah, like, I have to separate that from myself. I'm so used to working at acting not tired that to play somebody who's tired, I have to play it up so that it will read on camera. And that was just kind of a funny little thing. And the audition, I feel like it went well. Unfortunately, again, it's not something I can share because um, I would get in trouble. They would certainly not be happy with me. Definitely wouldn't get the part. But I was able to make it like a private YouTube link, which is not usually how I do it. I typically send it, send the file another way. And so the really nice thing about having it in a YouTube format is I've been able to watch the views go up. I was able to see initially when they first watched it that they had clearly a couple people are working on this. So I was able to see that those people watched it in little clusters a couple days in a row. And then since then, I've been able to see that, I haven't heard from this production. I don't know if they can even go with me. I think maybe I'm a little bit older than who they would like to cast. But every night, the audition keeps going up 1 view. So I think regardless of whether I get it, there's actually a little bit of reinforcement, like a positive thing that's comes from, well, at the least they like me because they keep watching. So that was kind of nice. And maybe I'll use that for my auditions in the future. And hey, who knows, maybe having it up here later, once things are out, maybe I can actually open things up on my page and it'll just be like, oh, this audition I did a while back, now you guys can see. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Just wanted you to know I'm still putting in the work over here and doing the best I can. I almost swallowed a bee yesterday. I went out to the shooting range with a buddy of mine and a bee flew into my straw. And so I took a drink of my drink and went, oh, there's something moving in my mouth, and spat it out and went, that's a bee. So watch what you drink. Do something for yourself. Do something to be productive if you can. And everybody take care. Leave questions. If there's something you're curious about, something you want to see a little bit more of, go ahead and leave a comment. Night, y'all.